It was a Tuesday, and he was coaching a soccer game. My Life 360 went off that him and Gabby were home, and he busted through the bedroom door in an insurmountable amount of pain. So I took him to Stilwell, and they decided to send him out to Washington Regional. When they decided to send him out because I couldn't ride in the ambulance with him, it was about 11. I went home, I kissed him, I told him I loved him. Said, okay, I'll see you tomorrow. I got a call from Washington Regional about 3 o'clock that morning telling me that he'd coded and that I needed to get there. And so I got there as fast as I possibly could, but I never got to talk to him again. We got married March 21st, and we were married 9 days before he passed.
Yep.
I think the legacy that he has left is to love. He loved everybody. It didn't matter if he met you for 5 minutes or if he'd known you for 5 years. He loved you. He'd do anything for you. A big play on his name is selfless. He was very much selfless. Everything he did was selfless. I think more than anything, that's what his legacy is to love.
One of the most impactful things I ever saw Zach as a coach was his ability to express love to his players. He had guys in his position group, especially his offensive linemen. He was hard on them, but those guys would do anything for him. They loved him, and it's because he loved them as well. And so those boys and that relationship dynamic, that bond that those boys had with him is something I'm jealous of and something I want to have for myself and my own athletes in my position groups. I strive. We talk about it in the coaching staff. The word is love like self. And so my goal is to make sure every single one of those boys know I love them just like Coach Self did.
He was a mentor to me. Anytime I got to see him, it was always that big magic hug. He's always got the big smile on his face, and he just brought out the best in me. And I feel like anybody that knows him, he brings out the best in them. And I mean, he taught me lessons that I'm forever grateful for.
I found out at the hospital, and you know, I lost a good friend that day, and I don't think I've gotten over it since. And the legacy here, I hope it lives on forever, what he gave, because he gave 110% to those kids. Even if it was off the field, on the field, he gave some of the best pregame speeches that I hope I can do the same thing that he did.
We thought it would be a really neat moment to always remember him. Above the boys' locker room over there going into their door, we have the word selfless above it in honor of him. They'll go out into the middle of the field by the Indian Head, and we will present them with a banner in memory of him. They'll have one that they're able to take home, and then we're going to hang one in the boys' locker room just to remember Coach Self. And I thought it would be just a really neat moment for the football boys to go out and be out there with Sarah and the kids and the rest of his family, and they'll have roses for and some different things, and the coaches as well.
I knew how many lives he touched. Like, I knew that. But after he passed, to tangibly see it was like a whole different thing. I was like, oh my goodness, wow. This is incredible.